Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Puput Delita as a Prime Minister will tell you why we have to agree about this house, which is this house believes that developing countries should require foreign companies operating in its territory to have minimum quota of hiring local workers. But before that, I have to introduce what is developing country. Developing country is a country with less developed industrial base and with low human development index compared to the other country. And for example, the developed country is like Vietnam, Cambodia, Rwanda, and so on. And the human development index is index which represent of the quality of human life itself, represented by life expectancy, school years, and gross national income in life standards. Developing country need to create the country itself to become more developed so people that live in that country will having a better life, and government is already create and manage how to create the country to become more better, and one of them is creating investment. And investment itself is have a many form. One of them is taking the investment from other country or other company in foreign country, like foreign companies itself. For example, like Unilever, ENG, and so on. The foreign company is expected to create a better gross national income or GDP itself to so people that live in their country it can become more better. But in fact, foreign company is often to import worker from other country or from origin country. Foreign company is always importing other worker that from origin countries to its territory to the developing country. So the people or the worker at developing country is only become a watcher. So what is the purpose of creating companies in our territory? But it didn't help even the local worker to creating a better life. So by that means, we have to make the foreign company at least having a minimum quota for a local worker, because one, it is a right of for people. It's a people right to having job and having better life. So foreign companies should become a place, should become a space for people for having job and having better life, especially for worker. And foreign companies should have prioritize local worker to work at that companies before importing people from the origin country. And number two, the foreign company should have a trickle-down effect for environment nearby. Trickle-down effect is a good effect that one of the production activity to the environment nearby. So by it means foreign company should have a good effect to the environment nearby, and how we can fulfill that, and that is by having a minimum quota of local worker. So local worker can work in that foreign company, can create a good decent salary and create a better life and create a good HDI, and can lead to creating a development country to become more better. And number three itself is for by this by by this motion, it can help create fair distribution on employment. There are many cases of the unemployment in every country, and the unemployment in every country can lead to the poverty, to other problems, etc. And by foreign country apply a minimum requirement for local worker, it can helping a fair distribution and employment, reducing poverty, and creating or improving economic development for the developing country. So the solution it is the government should have a policy that requires country or require foreign company to having at least minimum quota for the local worker, like 10% or maybe 30% or even 40% of the total worker in that companies to have be from local. So the foreign company can still put or still operated at that developing country, but can also help the country to become a better itself. That's all for me. Thank you very much.